All right, so we're diving into a story that honestly starts like a total fairy tale, but as you'll see, there's this one single nagging doubt that just threatens to tear the whole thing down. We're going to talk about a concealed past and how suspicion can totally consume a marriage. And really, this whole thing boils down to a question I think we've all thought about, right? How much does someone's past actually matter when you're in a relationship? And what happens when just one tiny seed of doubt gets planted? And then it starts to, just choke out everything good. So let's set the scene. We've got this newly married couple, and from the outside looking in, they were just blissfully happy. I mean, they fell super deeply in love right after tying the knot, and it really looked like they were building this perfect life together.
And for a solid 8 months, it was like the honeymoon phase never ended. They were building a future, everything just seemed perfect. But, and this is the key part, a tiny little crack was already forming right under the surface, and they didn't even know it.
Okay, so this is where things really start to shift. And it's not some big dramatic explosion. Nope, it's much quieter. Just this little internal whisper of doubt. Believe it or not, it all started on their wedding night. A single thought just pops into the husband's head. A suspicion. What if his wife wasn't a virgin? What if she'd been with someone before him? It was just this quick, uncomfortable thought, but you can see how it just kind of pricked the bubble of that perfect new life he imagined.
But, he made a conscious choice. He decided to just push that thought away, shove it down. He poured all his energy into making their new life amazing. He gave her so much love, and for a good while, that love was actually strong enough to keep those doubts quiet.
And it worked. For 8 whole months, his choice to just trust her and love her paid off. Their happiness, it was totally real. But then, an outside voice comes into the picture, and it just shatters that peace. So, check out this timeline. It really shows you the sneaky journey of this one single doubt. It started as this tiny little seed, right? Then it kind of went to sleep, buried under all that happiness of their new marriage. And then, bam, it gets violently yanked back to life by gossip. So yeah, one day, some friends start talking, gossiping really, and what they say seems to confirm his absolute deepest, most buried fear, that his wife did have a whole relationship before him that she just never told him about. And honestly, that's all it took. And just like that, the floodgates just burst wide open. That doubt he had worked so hard to push down, it was out, and it started to completely take him over. This right here, this is the real turning point. What used to be just a vague little doubt, it suddenly hardens into a certainty. He's not just suspicious anymore. In his own mind, it's a fact. He's convinced. I mean, just look at